This is Curtis coming at you from Ace Per Head Studios once again. Going to start working on week 7 a little early this time. Going to do a preview of the Atlanta Falcons coming down to meet the Miami Dolphins in a very important matchup for both teams. But I'm going to get into that and dig into why it's important for the Miami Dolphins. Obviously, for the Falcons, they have their own reasons. But there's some more personal reasons, more deep-seated reasons for the Dolphins this week, other than wins and losses. I'm going to dig into that. But I want to do a little break here, just a little tiny break. I don't usually do this, but it's very important to my heart. I've been a Dolphins fan since 1978. It was the glory years. It was great. You would go to even stores in New York, and you would see Jets, Giants, Cowboys, and Dolphins gear. And back in that day, gear wasn't very readily available. That's how good a franchise, that's how popular a franchise, how respected a franchise the Miami Dolphins were. Now, many, many years later, this franchise has fallen down, down, and down. And there's generations of Phins fans that have never even seen a playoff win. That is depressing. You know, since I started writing for Phins News, I really started to hear from Phins fans and seeing their plight. As I've said in the past, the older Phins fans, like, I just want to see one more good year, one win before I die. Young fans, like, is this the same old, same old? And over that time, I respond. You see how I do with the comments. Back when I was with Phins News, I would do the same thing because it mattered to me. I believe in community. I believe in good people. And this fan base, whether you think Tua is a bust, or you think he's elite, or you think in between, or you think Flores isn't responsible, you don't think he's responsible, you think we should have done this, all these things are little pieces when you look at the real heart of the issue. We all want the very same thing, to see our team that we invest money and heart, emotions, and some people, I don't do it anymore, I'm too old, but tears, time. And we've got a product that is terrible. Now, the reason I'm saying this as a preface, because I was watching a podcast, a pretty popular podcast. I don't really watch too much, I don't got time. But I was like, let me check this on. Had a beat writer on it. And let me see. I like to hear more information, more input. And they were saying things about a very critical issue. And both of them were talking falsities. Not saying they were lying. But what I heard from the comments below when I read them, because I read comments from other blogs too, and I read the comments from the blogs, comments on this show here, so much misinformation. And it's not opinion. It's just verifiable fact. People are saying things that are verifiably untrue. And you might say, Phins fans, the only way that we have a voice is if our voice is unified. If we are eagerly seeking the truth about the situation, seeing it, and then crying to the rafters. We're in an age of social media. We're in an age where everybody's voice, what I had to show 20 years ago, no. We Phins fans need to stop worrying about all these other things and stick together. I'm telling you, it's verifiable. There's a song by Lauryn Hill that I love, man. I just love this song. The world is a hustle. You Phins fans are being hustled. I don't know the exact hustle. I'm a New Yorker. I've been around many, many liars, many, many hustles. I know a hustle. you're being hustled. And the next podcast that I'm going to do is just facts, dates, timelines. And you're going to see that certain people are being put out to be branded as the bad guys. But that's part of the hustle. Just, to me, the suits, anybody who's not a coach or a player is a suit. I don't trust them. I'm not saying I trust the coaches either or the players, but I have respect for them because they put something in, they invest blood and time for a product for me to cheer. I just ask the next podcast, it might be Monday, Sunday, but you'll know by the title. It's going to lay out truth for all of us to stick to cling to, and to tell others when they say that, they say this stuff, they're wrong. And if we can all just say in one voice, we see the hustle up to this point. It's going to be about eliminating certain individuals. There's a big hustle going on right now. And it has nothing to do with the success of this franchise or its fans. So I just ask you, thank you for your patience. And the next podcast, you'll see it. I think I might just cover Sunday's game before it because I want this to be exact. I want this to be perfect. I want there to be no denying. I want there to be no denying the truth because I am tired of this franchise sucking. It's only football. It's only a game. But I invest my heart. I invest my time. I invest my money just like all of you. So there is value. And in the truth, if we fans can stick together and keep saying the truth over and over again, no matter how many lies or mistruths that we're hearing, there might be an awakening by the suits. So anyway, thank you for that little bit there. I'm going to get into the coverage of the preview. I had to do this. All right, so Falcons are considered not a good team. This is not true. They're getting stronger. They're getting better. They have a new regime, new coach, new system. And I watched the last 4 games. They had a bye week. So I've seen them growing, and they are going to be a severe test for the Miami Dolphins, but a perfect test, a very perfect test. Now, they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. That's going to give them a good edge, despite being away and on the road in Miami Heat and all this other stuff. Look, reality is we win this game. Maybe something can come out of it. Maybe some miracle, we go 9-2, and what I'm saying, okay. I always keep that on board until it's statistically over. I mean, you got to. But in reality, this is about evaluation for next year. And the core evaluation is Tua. Some people say he sucks. Some people say he's the greatest thing, as I said before. Me personally, I believe it's somewhere in the middle is where the truth is. And this week is going to be a fantastic chance to evaluate Tua. One of the primary caveats that I constantly have to put into my evaluation of Tua is pass rush. This team is not a pressure defense. They have a very weak front. They get some good blitz pressure. But overall, Dante Fowler is going to be out, and he's their best exterior edge player. Grady Jarrett is an excellent interior player. That's the one player we have to worry about. But the rest of the team is really not ferocious. So we should see a cleaner pocket for Tua, which will allow us to evaluate his ability to perform in a better framework. Now, Falcons on offense, Matt Ryan is still pretty good. Sometimes his deep ball flutters. There's a little weakness there. But he's rated by PFF 12 or whatever. But when you watch him play, there's so much savviness and there's still a lot of talent left. He's going to be dangerous. Mike Davis is a little bowling ball. He's like 5'9", 210, 220. He's going to be very dangerous in the run game, which we've been very susceptible to. But you add Keith Smith in there too. He's a fullback. He's a little bit dangerous of a blocker, so that adds this. But the big problem for our defense is going to be Howard's returning, and so is Jones. Jones got the Achilles. Howard's got the groin. They missed last week. There's no way they're going to be 100% this week. That means they're not going to have the same explosion. They're going to have to round off their cuts. They're going to have to slow down their explosion. They're going to probably maybe play some more zone because man coverage is going to be very tough for groin injury and Achilles. I mean, maybe you can get an incredible return, but I don't think so. But this set of receivers, Kyle Pitts has been growing week after week. He's going to be a dangerous threat to our secondary. Calvin Ridley, Olamide Zacchaeus, and Russell Gage, who's kind of like had an off year. I think he's in a bit of a doghouse or something. These are four very difficult receivers. But I'm telling you, Cordarrelle Patterson, little known name who's about to explode. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you know who he is, but if you don't, this guy is turning into something very special. He's a running back, 6'2", was he 228? And he has receiver skills. He can line up in the backfield. He can come practically almost play in a tight end position. He can go play out wide. When they come out with him in the backfield, it's going to be a matchup nightmare because they can basically stay on the field all day. There's going to be points scored, most likely by Atlanta. They've been putting on points week after week. They average about 28, maybe 24 or something. I forgot to write that down. They're going to demand Tua to throw the football and put points on. And he likely won't have a very high excuse of a bad pocket and collapsing front where he's got to constantly throw under pressure. This is going to be a good opportunity for us to evaluate his reading skills and his ability, as I said previously, to work in a better framework. Now, this defense is a little susceptible to the running game. They have quality secondary. Isaiah Oliver is rated 19th overall cornerback. A.J. Terrell, 23rd. Eric Harris, 6'3", 225 safety. He's rated 10th. Jalen Hawkins, 6'2", 210. He's rated 8th. He's more of like, I guess, the free safety type. He actually covers. He's better. Sorry, I misquoted. He's better actually in the run stopping. And the bigger safety, Eric Harris, has been rated better in coverage. These are four players that are going to start forcing Tua to work deeper into his roster. Now, Williams, we're not sure. He's been limited. Parker's been limited. No Fuller. This is going to make Tua have to go through his reads. It's not going to be, I'm going to my favorite player. You know, I mean, I'm sure Waddle is going to get some of that where he's just going to be able to beat people out. And even Gesicki. But to me, Hawkins and Harris are going to possibly limit Gesicki. So we're going to get a chance to truly see what Tua can do under the hood, cerebrally going through his reads. I mean, unless the pressure is high. But I think the pressure will be off. So this is going to be a fantastic game for us to evaluate the most critical aspect, the last bit of hope in this likely 2021 season. I don't write Tua off and I don't put a check in to say he's going to be a millionaire. But the bottom line is if Tua can pass this week, pass in grade and pass, and he could take that next step, whatever you think of his future, if we go into 2022 and his value goes from here to here, even if it's not elite, this brings value to a struggling franchise, a franchise that needs all the value it can get. This is a critical game. Don't write it off. Pay attention, I believe, to what we have going on with Tua, this offensive line, this staff. They have been growing a little bit. Worst case scenario, we get everybody back next year. At that point, we cannot be happy, but we can also hope maybe something good comes out of this. But the bottom line is there is a hustle going on. There is some kind of hustle. I don't know if it's a hustle to get Watson or what the deal is, but I know certain people are getting pushed to the front to take the blame, and going through the evidence, this is not true. We Phins fans need to stick together. We need to put the pettiness aside and work together. Go to these blogs, go to these shows with the right questions, demanding the right answers to the right questions. We need to say enough is enough, because nothing's going to change. The suits don't care about us. They don't. They've proven that. They have proven that. And when I do this next podcast and you go back and look at articles that came out and what was being said in those articles, and you look at the comments in other podcasts and see what people are saying, you're going to be like, oh man, I can't believe all these people think this, but the facts say something totally different. And if the facts say something totally different, the anger and ire of all these fans needs to turn someplace else and be focused on this other place. So this is Curtis saying thank you for staying to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Comments mean the most. It really does. I feel for my Phins fans. I know the pain. I mean, writing this for the stuff and then doing these videos in this terrible atmosphere is torture. But at least I had my golden years. Not fully golden like some of these guys, the older dudes in the early 70s got to see the real deal. But at least I had my memories. I had my golden memories, some good memories. These last 2 decades, terrible. I feel for you. Anyway, so please comment, subscribes and likes. They help us with our Google overlords, keeps me in business. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Ace Per Head, greatest sports book out there. They want to let you know with the world-class software, you can get on the action. Friends, family, coworkers, anyone you know as a local bookie. They are a high-class organization, great people, great organization, and the best in the business for online sports booking, without a doubt. I'm grateful for them, and I'm grateful for you. Thank you. Go Phins, we could do this. Catch you next time.